Yes, good morning, students. So we are going to continue our discussion on linked list. So we have already started with the third type of linked list, that is two-way linked list or doubly linked list. And we also know that how a two-way or a doubly linked list looks like. Also, one more thing that we know is this that whenever we talk about a doubly linked list, okay, basically it is going to have what we call it as a previous node or a previous part in the node. So there are three parts in the node now: a previous, next, and the data itself. And one more thing, that whenever we talk about doubly linked list or a two-way linked list, okay, we are going to maintain, we can say, two pointers. And the first pointer is going to be what we call it as the begin pointer, and the last pointer can either be known as the last pointer or the end pointer. It can be anything, but basically there are two pointers which are maintained. Also, we know that if we talk about the begin pointer, then the previous of the begin pointer is going to be null, and if we talk about the last pointer, then the next of the last is going to be the null. Okay, because so these are the two significant, we can say, places which are actually trying to tell us the termination of our two-way linked list. So if we talk about a termination from a forward direction till the end, then we have to check with the condition at the last where we get null. And let's say vice versa, if we are trying to talk about navigation from end to the beginning, then we have to check the condition for the begin node where it actually reaches to the null. So that was about the two-way linked list that we have seen till now, and also we have seen that the traversals are possible in two directions and how easy the traversals are, even if we want to go to the reverse direction, or we can say the backward direction. Fine. So now today we are going to see about the insertion algorithms and the deletion algorithms. Okay, in deletion we are going to see about deletion at beginning and end. And our in our next session we will see deletion at a particular position and the searching algorithm. So yeah, when we talk about the linked list, of course, all the algorithms that we have seen in all the linked list till now, all those algorithms are possible. But anyhow, anyway, whenever we talk about a linked list, the general algorithms are going to be traversal, insertion, deletion, and searching. Okay, so we are going to see. So now, as we know that whenever we want to create a node, how do we do the memory allocation, and how do we make use of size of, and how we manage everything. So in we have seen quite amount of algorithms till now, and we definitely know that. So here today we are going to focus on basically the core part or the core logic on how the things has to be done when insertion is happening. So now whenever you are talking about a two-way linked list, let's say whether you insert, delete, or do anything, okay, so let's say when we talked about a single linked list, we were more concerned on like how the next pointer is going to be managed. So let's say if you're inserting something into the beginning, then you have to check the positions of your next pointer, you have to check the positions of your begin node, so that is to be managed. Now here in two-way linked list, as such, everything is going to be easy, because first of all you have a begin node and an end node, no? So the traversal, whenever you talk about end, so it is going to be easy if let's say if we have maintained that last node in the two-way linked list. Whereas in case of single linked list, what we used to do is we used to traverse till the end, and then we have to find the last node, telling us a situation where it is going to be null or something like that. But that will become easy over here. Now one important thing is that now whenever we do any operation into a linked list, okay, we have to take care about our previous pointer also. Let's say if anywhere it is affecting to any of the operation, then we have to take care about it also, whereas till now we have just to take care of the next pointer, because that was only affecting in any of our case. But if we talk about a two-way linked list, then definitely our previous pointer is also going to uh, affect. Fine. So we know that whenever we want to insert, there are actually three possibilities which is possible. Either the insertion can happen in beginning or at the end or at a particular position, and the same thing can go with the deletion also. Either it can happen into the beginning or end or at a particular position. Fine. So fine. So now let's see about what exactly happens when we want to insert a node at the beginning. Okay, so fine. This is one linked list which is already given, which is having the values as 5, 10, 15, and 20. And what we see over here, there are two significant nodes. One is the head node, which you also call it as a begin node, and one is the last node. Okay. And what we see over here is also that if we talk about the previous part of the head node, then it is having null. And if we talk about the next part of the last node, then it is also having null. So that's what we see whenever we are going to talk about any doubly linked list. That significantly there will be a begin node and an end node, and the previous of the begin node is going to have null, and the last of the and the next of the last node is going to definitely have null. So now our operation is going to insert a new node. So what we see is that there is a new node somewhere created having a value as 25. And now what our task is, that is to attach to this list, but it to attach to the beginning of this list. Okay, fine. So what we see is now when we see the next diagram, what we see now is that the previous of the head, okay, the previous of the head is now connected to the next of the new node, right? Okay, so that is the one thing we see. And also what we see is that the next of this new node is actually connected to now the begin node, right? Okay, so which means that the null which was there into the begin node has actually now been lost. Instead, there is an address which has came over here, and the connectivity is achieved. And after that, what we see is that one more thing, that the previous of the new node is signified with null. And then at the end, once these things are done, the new node which we just created right now, so our head node or the begin node has shifted its place from here to here, because now we have a new node which we have attached at the beginning into our doubly linked list. Fine. So yeah, so what we see is that the major operations or the major changes are happening to the begin node and the new node that you are using. Fine. So now let's understand how it will go. Okay, in that case, so create a new node. Definitely, we have to create a new node, that is for sure. New node of next is equals to begin. Fine, that's what we see. We have to connect the new node of next to the begin. Fine, we did that. Begin of previous to the new node, absolutely correct. We also did a linkage of begin of previous to the new node. New node of previous to be null. Okay, so we did new node of previous to be as null. So that's what we also did. Okay, and then finally what we did is that we created our the new node that was there, we have actually assigned it to our begin node. Okay, so this is the core logic. Okay, this is the core logic. Now definitely, when you have to create a new node, you have to write some sort of code for creating a new node. Okay, here one more case, it is also that begin is there, begin is also already initialized. So those all considerations are already taken, and keeping those considerations in mind, this is the core logic, that definitely, I have to create a new node. That is my first thing. And then I have to attach the new node of next to the begin, which is already existing into my list. Once that is done, then I have my begin of previous was actually having null, but now it is going to have my location of our new node. So that is being done. The new node of previous is now going to store null, and now my new node is going to act as a begin node. So this is the core logic, student. Create a new node of next is going to be begin of previous is going to be new node of previous is going to be null, and then finally this new node is going to act as a beginning node. And this is how an insertion will happen at the beginning of a doubly linked list. Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, you have a list which is already there, a list which is having a significant begin node, but the previous of your begin node is actually storing null. But now instead what you have done is you have created a new node, you have attached its next to the begin. The previous of the begin is now attached to the new node. The previous of the new node has become null, and finally your new node is acting as a beginning node. So this is how the insertion operation happens at the beginning in a doubly linked list. Okay, so fine, with this we go ahead. Now we are talking about how we are going to insert it at the end. Okay, so now what we see is that the whole process in our previous algorithm, which was happening into the beginning, is now happening into the end. But now one advantage that we get over here in doubly linked list is that we have a significant last node also over here, which was not there in single linked list till now. Instead, in single linked list, we used to traverse till the end till we find something which we call it as begin. sorry, till we get something which is null, and then we signify yes that our list is terminating over here. But instead in doubly linked list, while creation of the doubly linked list itself only, we do maintain a last pointer, which basically helps us to make these operations much more easier. Fine. So now what we see is that a linked list is created. Okay, the situations is almost the same. Okay, we have 5, 10, 15 and 20, where 20 is our last node now, and we want to insert a new node that is 25. Okay, which was in our previous algorithm was inserted into the into the beginning. Okay, so let's say once we understand that, so definitely our first step is going to remain the same, and that is create a new node. Okay, so that is fine. Okay, create a new node, that is going to, because anyhow whether you want to insert at beginning, maybe end, or somewhere, the creation should happen, because that's what a linked list is always trying to tell about us, because it is going to be dynamic in nature. So every time it is going to create onto the basis of your requirement. So fine, we created a new node. Now what should happen? So first of all, let we understand what exactly has happened. So now what we see is that the last next, okay, which was previous, let's say, was storing null, but now it should get connected to the new node. So that is one thing. Now the connectivity should be applied of the last node to the new node. So what we see is that in step 2, last of next is now attached to the new node. Fine. So now we have attached, we have given one-way connectivity. We have attached our last node to the new node. Fine. Now even the new node previous should be attached to the last node. Okay, because that's what WLinklist always tries to tell us. So what we have done is new node of previous is now actually pointing to last. Fine. Okay. So what we see now, okay, these two things have been done. And now, because the new node is going to act as a last node, right? Because it has been appended at the end, it has been inserted at the end. So there has to be a significance that it should terminate. And to terminate, we know that the last of next should be actually equals to null. But here our last node is going to be now our new node. So what we did is the next step, new node of next is equals to null. Okay, so new node of previous is now it was connected to the last, our basically we can say previous last node. Okay, and once these operations are done, whatever the new node that we have created, whatever that new node we have created can now signified as, or can now be signified as our last node. So what we see the change in our linked list is that now 25 is acting as our last node, and previously 20 was acting as our last node. So whatever new node we have created, the next of it is null, and that's why it will signify that it is the last node, because it is terminating also over there. And what we see that its previous is connected to the previous last node. Okay, so fine, we can quickly recollect that what has happened. So we create a new node. Fine, that is step 1. Then whatever the last was, which we were already having with us, the next of it is going to get attached to the new node. So that's what we did in step 2. Then whatever new node we have created right now, the previous of it has to get attached to the last node. Okay, so that's what we did in step 3. Whatever new node we created right now, the next of it we have to signify it with null. So that's what we did in step 4. And finally, we signified our new node, or we denoted our new node with the last node, because now it is appended at the end of the linked list. Okay, so this is what is happening when you talk about inserting uh, at the end in a doubly linked list. Fine. Okay. Yeah, now we are talking about a scenario where we definitely know that the insertion is not going to happen in the beginning or the end, because if insertion is going to happen in begin or end, then definitely we have to stick to either the first or the second algorithm that we have seen till now. So now here we are clear that the insertion is not basically happening at the beginning or the end. Fine. So if insertion is not happening at the beginning or end, which means it is happening at a particular position. Now, position can be given in two ways. Okay, so either the position can be given in terms of that after 2 nodes, 3 nodes, or even the position can be given with respect to a value. As in, I'm telling that I want to insert a new node after the value 10. Okay, so that there is something that can also happen. Fine. So here we are trying to understand that that what if the user gives a value that let's say insert a new node after 10 or after this value, something like that. Okay, So now again, what we see, the core part of the example remains the same. We have a linked list which is having values as 5, 10, 15, and 20. And what we see is that we have to actually, insert a new node, but insert a new node somewhere in between of the list. That's what we're trying to say, or somewhere at a different position, which is not in the beginning or not in the end. And that's what we see, that where the new node is getting inserted, the new node, what we see is getting inserted between 10 and 15, which means the either the user user has told, either let's say you want to insert after 10, or maybe it has given a position that maybe on the third number or something like that. Any of the case can happen. Okay. Now what we see is that once that new node gets inserted, okay, there are here now there are two-way changes happening. So now why two-way changes? Because when insertion was happening into, let's say, into the beginning, the new node and the begin node were only getting changed. When insertion was happening at the last, the new node and the last node were only getting changed. But now over here we see that there are three nodes in the picture: the new node, the node after which it basically gets inserted, and the node before which also it gets inserted. Okay, so if we talk about this scenario, then the node 10 is getting changed, and then new node definitely is getting changed, and even these node is getting changed, and that then what we see is that we have established some connection. And yeah, so but now we have to understand this scenario. What exactly is this scenario? How would have this happened? So for that we have to first understand how these two are connected to each other. Fine. So now what we see is that 10 is connected to 15, and now if we want to have 25, then definitely now 25 has to get connected with 15. So if before actually 10 gets connected to 25, first of all 10 has to tell that it was connected to 15, so that 25 can get connected with 15. So that is very important point, because if this connectivity is lost, and before establishing this connectivity, if we have established this connectivity, then we will never be able to know the rest part of the linkage. So this is the only and the most tricky part when we want to insert at a certain position into the linked list. Fine. So let's look about how basically happen. And yeah, once we now know, yeah. So once you now know that 25 has to connect with 15, and then also let's say you have connected 10 to 25, then yeah, major of the things are sorted. Okay. So that's what basically should happen. So first part should be that whatever 10 is connected with, 25 should get connected with it. Okay. So then how we are going to represent it? Fine. Definitely, we have to create a new node. Then step two will be, we take a temp node which starts with begin node. We traverse the temp till the node after which the new node is to be inserted. Okay. So now what we have to do is very, very, very important is that we have to actually traverse our temp till the node after which the new node is to be inserted. So now we know that the user has told us that we want to insert the new node after 10. So we have to traverse our temp till 10. Let's say temp will start with beginning node. Okay, but we have to traverse it till 10. Fine. So once the traversal happens, so now logically our temp is pointing to this node. Okay, or maybe any of the node after which we have to insert. Okay, so basically temp has started pointing that node after which we want to insert a new node. So let's say now, if we talk about these example, then temp is actually pointing to what we say 10. Okay, fine, done. So now there are some situations which in front of us is that that this is temp and this is the new node. Okay, so that's what we know till now. Okay, so temp is our 10, and definitely new node is our 25, and temp of next, as of now, what is temp of next? It is 15. Okay, fine. So because now temp has already started pointing the node after which we want to insert, we can now do the changes in the link. So now what is the very first change in the link? Very, very, very important. New node of next is equals to temp of next. Okay. So now new node will point to whom? The new node of next will point to whom? It will point to one to which temp next was pointing. Now temp of next was pointing to 15, so now new node of next will also point to 15. Okay, fine. So that is done. Now temp of next will be new node. Okay, so that is also done. and then new node of previous will be temp. Okay, so that's what should happen. So new node of next is equal to temp of next, then temp of next is equals to new node, and new node of previous would be now pointing to temp. Okay, so once these things are done, then definitely you are in a situation to insert at a position which is somewhere into the linked list. Okay, so once again, if you see, we have to actually go to a place where we have to insert our new node. We signify that place as temp. Now that was connected to a different node into the beginning, but now the new node should connect to it. So what we do is temp of new node of next is equal to temp of next. So in our case, let's say our temp is 10 and it is actually attached to 15. So basically now our new node should get attached to 15. So what we did is new node of next is equal to temp of next. Then now our temp of next should actually start pointing the new node, so that we have done, and new node of previous will start pointing to temp. Okay, even you can talk about these connectivity. So you have to traverse a node after the new node, and maybe the previous of it should get connected to the new node. So yeah, definitely that also can be done. So in that case, you can talk about, let's say, temp of next of previous, something like that, and that connectivity also you can come about. So definitely, when we'll write a code for it, an actual code for it, then those connectivities to apply will become very simple. But this is the logic, because whenever we are talking about an algorithm, we are talking about just the core logic, which should be applied whenever we want to do this operation. Fine. So this is about insertion at a particular position in a doubly linked list. Fine. Now we talk about how we are going to delete a node at the beginning of a doubly linked list. Okay, so we see the diagram. Okay, we see the diagram wherein we have 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25, where 5 is acting as our beginning node and 25 is acting as our last node. And what we see is that now we have to actually delete 5. Okay, and now if you are deleting 5, our list will have 10, 15, 20, 25, and 10 is definitely going to act as our node, or sorry, the beginning node. Okay, so now what should happen when you want to delete a node? So whenever you want to delete a node, first of all, you should understand that which is the node after that node, because now you have to make that node as the beginning node. And I think we have understood this thing quite before, when we started understanding single linked list. Because if you simply delete it, then what? Then you don't have a track of the list. Okay, the entire linked list is where it is, we don't know, because once you delete the node, this connectivity will be lost. You do not have any track. So that is very important, that first of all, we should have this connectivity. Once we have this connectivity, once we know that now we have a node which we have to work with, we can start deleting this node. And once we delete this node, we have to make the previous of these node as null, and then we have to signify our the node as our beginning node. Okay, so that's how the algorithm goes. Let's see. So first of all, we are making use of let's say temp. Okay, and temp is equals to begin of next. So please understand. Okay, so what is temp? Okay, we are telling temp is begin of next. Now, as of now, so we are talking about the first situation. What is begin node? This is begin node. Okay, begin of next is pointing to what? Begin of next is pointing to this node. So now temp is actually, yeah, temp is actually acting as begin of next. So which means in this scenario, this is the begin node and this is the temp node. Okay, which means we have identified a node which is after the beginning node. Okay, once we did that, we can delete the temp. Okay, now we can delete this node, and then we can make our temp node as our beginning node. And then finally what we have to do is begin of previous is equal to temp. Okay, sorry, begin of previous is equals to null. So that's what will happen, or this is as simple as. So we already have seen in yesterday that there are certain advantages when you talk about deletion operations. So deletion operation are going to be quite easy if we talk about a doubly linked list. Okay, so that's what happens in deletion at beginning. Anyways, deletion at beginning was definitely helpful. Even in, let's say, if we talk about a single linked list, but now when we'll see deletion at the end, and then we'll see that's how that is also quite easy when we talk about doubly linked list instead of single linked list. So definitely, one advantage over here is that we do have a significant last node. Okay, so now what we see is that we take the same example of a linked list which is having the nodes as 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. But let's say instead of deleting the beginning node, now we have to delete the end node, which means we have to delete 25. Okay. So now, so when when we were deleting in a singly linked list, we have to maintain temp and temp1 as two pointers, because we were actually not aware about what is a node which is previous than the last node, because that's the most tricky part. Whenever you want to delete the last node, you should know, if I delete the last node, then which is the node which is now going to acting as a last node. And definitely, if you're going to delete the last node, the node which was previous to it is going to act as your last node. So that is one another characteristic in a doubly linked list, because it is actually maintaining all the previous linkages. It becomes extremely easy to delete the last node also. Okay, fine. So now what we see is that if I want to delete my last node, then my temp should be pointing to this, which means my temp should be pointing to last of previous. Yes, once my temp is over here, I can delete this node, and then I can make this node as my last node by putting the next of it as null. Okay, so that goes the simple logic. Temp is equals to last of previous. Okay, so now your temp is pointing to last of previous. Now what is last of previous? 20. So temp has started pointing over here. Delete last. Okay, once you did that, you can delete the last node. Done. Step 3, last is equals to temp. Okay, so this is temp, and now last will also act as temp. Okay, so last and temp are now one and the same. Last of next equals to null. Fine, last of next is equals to null. Okay, so yeah, this is how deletion can happen when we want to let's say talk about uh, 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 a doubly linked list. Okay, so we see that how easy it is to delete. Okay, even at the end when a double linked list is there, because you have the previous pointers and you also have a significant last nodes available with you. Fine. So fine, yeah, that's what we see today. Okay, we saw algorithms for insertion at beginning, insertion at end, insertion at a particular position, deletion at beginning, and deletion at end, and all with respect to either doubly linked list or what we call it as two-way linked list. Okay, fine. Okay, so thank you all of you.